Okey doke. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I had my mute on. I said, pew, pew, pew. How are you?
You think people should run around with a little button right here that says mute, and anytime you're walking by them or talking to them, you could reach over and go, "Eh."
Why would we need that when we've got Palantir?
Oh my goodness.
It was a pointed comment. Pew, pew.
Everybody needs a whipping boy. There was a song when I was in high school. It said, every time I go to town, everybody kicks my dog around. That's Palantir, right?
Nakoma
Hello,
does not
hello,
like this song. She,
Hello Kitty thing. I'm wearing my Tool t-shirt because some days I feel like one.
yeah, well,
Huh?
I didn't work for the government. You did. So, you know,
Ah,
way to
that was-
talk your history, walk your something. I don't know. It says hello, zombie.
oh,
It's the
zombie.
post Palantir kitty.
Oh, that's cool. Why didn't I think of that? And
Because
speaking
we
of
got a
things,
shout out to New Creek Girl who donated this t-shirt and so many others. Um,
oh, good.
yeah, we like that.
I've decided that we should go on OnlyFans. We should open up an OnlyFans account because I read there was a guy teaching meditation that all of a sudden had like 100,000 people signed up for his OnlyFans account.
What
And
if
I
it's
thought,
900 or 99,000 bottles of beer on the wall? No, what
yeah,
if it's 99,000 bots and it's 1,000 actual people? What if he's
yeah.
faking it?
Well,
What if it's a lie?
there went that idea.
Now,
Hello.
so I left Vlad and little Z and Big T in the other room.
Oh,
And I
good.
decided, yeah, we needed a break from them.
Yeah, that's all last week,
Um,
right?
and here's a funny one. I read that there's a group of Hollywood people who are now not buying tickets to the Israel show because they're committing genocide.
Those who seek an identity outside themselves will always be lost and available to whoever puts out the next t-shirt. There. Hello, zombie. Is this truth in advertising? I mean,
You know, if it wasn't when she made them, it is now. Because
there you
I've had this probably since 2014, 2015. Lovely English girl. She's got this
go. I think it goes along with my Apocalypse Barbie t-shirt.
yeah. Yeah. This is post-apocalypse Barbie. This is post-apocalypse Kitty. See? Apocalypse Barbie came a couple weeks ago, and now we have post-apocalypse Kitty.
I like it. I like it.
What radiation sickness does to anime characters. Wow. Okay, so we have questions. I texted them. I have my phone over there and I have my glasses on, so we can address those if you like. But
Okay, okay.
more urgently, we have Three Eye Atlas. It just
Oh
doesn't
my God.
stop. Now it's wait, no, it's stop. It's going through the asteroid belt. Pew pew pew. It's like wait, and then it got a less than no, what did he say? So something about there's a chance, woo, that it's
Right.
gonna hit one of those asteroids, which is then gonna knock it off its orbit. Um, And then when that happens, the trajectory is going to change. And at the velocity it's going, which is 60 kilometers per second, I think he said. Pardon the stuttering. I'm trying to be accurate.
I saw this scene in Star Wars where they're flying through the asteroid belt, It's uh, I don't know how many drugs these people take. I don't know how many they've taken in the past. And I certainly don't know how they're able to conjecture that one in a bazillion chance of this happening equals one in a trillion chance of this, and all of a sudden we're the target of a space rock. There you go, right? And none of that, I'm supposed to lay awake at night on a blood full moon or full blood moon or whatever happens to every month with the moon.
You're so
That
yesterday. Oh, awesome. Moon's on the rag every 28 days. It
Yeah,
whee!
I don't know where this fits into my daily routine of things I'm supposed to be concerned with.
You're not a woman, so it doesn't matter.
Huh?
I said you're not a woman, so it doesn't matter.
Well, that that may be part of the problem. This whole creation thing's really got me kind of, pardon the language, buffaloed, you know?
Perplexed
Yeah.
and bewildered.
Yeah, not to be confused with one of the restaurant chains has come out with assassin wings, right? It's like that sounds like something that maybe we should all be eating.
What?
Mazio's. Mazio's Pizza came out with assassin wings because assassin wings are the perfect thing to get at a pizza place. There we go.
Do you,
And you can get a 3IA Atlas toy, right? In every batch, right? I mean, how come we haven't made one yet, right? I mean, we should, we've got a picture of it. It looks like a piece of bark off a tree, and maybe we could make a bunch of them and sell them, right?
my friend sent me lemons one time. She sent me a box of lemons and then this one wonky lemon.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah,
this is
there,
there you
there.
go. This is
That's
it,
just like
guys.
3AI. That I'm telling you, that's the key right there to the future. I mean, they sold pet rocks. I think we could be onto something here, right? Get your replica today.
Where's Captain Kirk? Where's Leonard Nimoy? Oh, right. We're having a reckoning.
Anyway, I will be sure to worry myself to death over this interstellar traveler. And finally, they came out with the truth of it. It originated in Sagittarius, and Sagittarians tell us everything we need to know about them.
Okay. Hey, Randy, I have a question.
Oh, yeah, hit me with one.
What if you're wrong?
What is what? Wrong
What if
one?
you're wrong?
What if I'm wrong? It's called the answer to all prayers, right? The solution to all problems,
Uh,
right? And we should incorporate that into our Zilla religion, okay? And by the way, we should be call ourselves, let's see, oppositeites. Oppositeites. I think the followers of Godzilla should be oppositeites. And we already have a king because you have to have kings to serve the god. And our king is Kong. How's that?
I think Vlad could double as Kong.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Maybe he actually is King Kong. Maybe
Yeah.
what if Vladimir Putin is actually King Kong?
Well, either that or he's one of the, and I hope they don't come looking for us, three little pigs. You know, the huffing and puffing. He doesn't huff and puff. I'm not making fun of him. I'm kind of look at him as reflecting maybe others that may be opposed to him. There we go.
Well,
But
as
what a save. What a save. Like we don't want to cast any kind of
aspersion on the guy.
falsities on,
Mm.
King Kong.
Well, as an only child, I can say that I have gone into huffs, um, you know, and I have been known to puff things also. So just
Under what?
huffing and puffing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
done both. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Bill Clinton didn't puff.
No, he didn't. She didn't. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll skip that whole line.
Well, like I think my favorite joke around all of that was Monica Lewinsky walks into the dry cleaner and hands the guy her dress and says, "Could you get rid of this stain?" The guy doesn't hear her because the machinery in the background, and he says, "Come again?" And she says, "No, it's mustard this time.
It's what?
Mustard this time."
Oh, okay, okay, okay. You know, I'm surprised that there was never a film made about that, right? I mean, I think there should have been a film around that whole show, okay? And I think it would have been a great film. I mean,
It's
we
never
have,
too late.
huh?
It's never too late.
Yeah. Like, who could we get to play the lead characters? Okay. And
You can play Bill Clinton.
could we get H to portray herself on film, right?
Maybe their daughter should do it.
Yeah. And is this going to be a rom-com?
Um, it could be a rom-com, although it could actually be a horror movie also. It depends whose point of view you're taking.
I can't come up with that. I mean,
If it's from the public's point of view, it's a horror movie.
oh no, I think they enjoyed it, right?
Really? But that's
Yeah. Yeah, it's that whole thing.
so
But
pedestrian.
yeah, shame on you, right?
Uh-oh. It's
We're
where the
not,
fingers come out. My
oh yeah,
grandma
yeah,
used to
yeah,
do that. Do
yeah.
you know? Nobody knows where, or not nobody, very few people know the history of where this
Oh,
come,
where?
taking the shame off of me and shame on you,
Ah.
putting the shame on you. But it has to come off of me to come off my finger.
Okay. Excuse me.
Uh-oh. Here, let's both take a sip.
So I watched two little children playing one day, one of them about 4 or 5, both of them. And the little boy did something, I don't remember what, but they were playing in the dirt, and the little girl stands up and goes, "Shame on you," and did that. And the little boy's like, "What's that mean? Like, why are you
Like,
doing
what are you
that?" Right?
doing? Yeah.
And she goes, "I don't know, but shame on you." So there you go. Most people don't know, right? But they go along with it because that was their programming and that's what they learned to do to find fault with other people.
Or to
And
go along with the program without asking where it comes from, where it comes.
right. It's like I don't find fault with this asteroid. I think it's doing God's purpose in the universe. So there.
That's what Zilla told me when we were
Yeah,
having a
yeah,
conference.
that's our church's official statement on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. With no disclaimers.
Yeah, yeah,
We don't need them because God told us. Zilla, he said.
yeah. Zilla told us. There you
Zilla said, "Hello, zombie."
go.
He did.
All are welcome. You know, this is what we call freeform religion. Make it up as you go. Huh?
Yeah, just
I
like our
mean, there's one of the
conversation.
big pastors' last name that starts with a C that actually kind of like has oil wells and sells oil under 501c corporation, doesn't pay any taxes for the last 20 years and makes bazillions of dollars, and nobody worries about that because he's doing God's work. See? So
Well,
maybe Trump is. Maybe Trump is doing God's work.
you
Maybe
know what? I
Putin is. And then maybe everybody is. So why get
we
excited?
are.
Huh?
We are.
Yeah, we're doing.
Clearly.
Yeah, there you go.
But I've been told that if you know how to interpret what the IRS prints out, it explains in excruciating specificity, says my friend Vanilla Dick,
Mhm.
that they don't want your money. And they explain to you many ways of how to cause your money to flow a certain way to where you also pay no taxes at the end of the
Oh.
year.
We're not supposed to denigrate or talk about other religions, so we'll skip that one. Okay, right?
Just go read all the inflammation. Read the inflammation,
Right.
guys. It's like Catherine Hellman in
Mhm.
Big Business.
Yeah, what they call it, doctrine and dogma. Doctrine and dogma. That's the what you need to know about all religions. So,
If it's the letter D today, then it's Donald and dogma and doctrine.
yeah, just remember the reciprocal is at work. God and dog.
Mom's down to sleep. She's not doing anything. She's just sawing rocks in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get a response when you want one, right?
Well,
And then they tend to be over enthusiastic when you don't want one. So there you go.
listen, I'll give up the background of the den for silence from the dog while we do this. So everybody's, I'm pleasing all the people right now. Little bird is there, happy, dog's silent. Other three birds are eating their fruit and watching SpongeBob happily in the other room. He's good here.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
okay.
We the Navajos have a talking god, the god of thunder, right? We have a silent one, right? God bless silence.
Yeah, but I like the talking God. We had some talking God yelling the other day here. I mean,
Oh
when I
yeah.
tell you the rain came down, it was, you know how when rain comes down in sheets, these
Yeah.
were thick sheets. These were
Yeah.
stripes, wide stripes of, but
It was
it
it
was
was biblical rain.
biblical rain with lots of talking.
Yeah, lots of talking, lots of
Mhm.
bright lights.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it was a sky
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
And personally, I love these things, you
I
know.
think they're giving me great ideas for they have these mega churches where you go in and it's all big screens and music and everybody stands, right? They don't even get to be a good Catholic and kneel every once in a while. So, it's kind of odd. But think about flashing lights, music, loud noises, thunder. I mean, what more could
Godzilla is
you
in his
want?
element right there. We've
Yeah,
created a perfect space to
right.
conjure Godzilla. Look, if they can conjure whatever they conjured in Montauk, and they have these hadron colliders doing whatever the hell they're doing, We can get Godzilla to show up at the church. It's going to have to be a very tall church. How tall is Godzilla? And
Mm,
King Kong, they're both tall guys. They eat their kennel ration.
yeah.
They're
And while we're at it, we could probably come up with a theme song for Trump every time he comes to the podium, and probably the same for Vlad and whoever else. So all they got to do is call us.
it's true.
Excuse me.
I'm
Yeah.
capable of
And
doing
we're
these things.
creative types. We can come up with theme songs.
I I probably in our sleep is what I'm thinking. But nobody knows we're here. We're the best kept secret, apparently.
That's right. That's why I was exploring OnlyFans. But I'll look around and see if we can find another one.
Or Cameo.
Yeah, maybe we can do a commercial for Mazio's assassin wings. I mean,
But at what point do you become a slave to the internet and the social media? Getting the likes and the thing is it's just does that make me sound old? It's not.
no, I think the problem is that we don't seek outside validation of our intellectual abilities.
Our intellectual prowess is not for
Yeah.
likes. It's for people who are like-minded, not for the likes, for the like-minded. There you go. There could be a
There.
slogan.
See?
We don't do it for the likes, we do it for the like-minded.
All right. I'm liking this. All right.
I'd have done so well on Madison Avenue. They don't know what they're missing. They don't.
I definitely could come up with some commercials that pass, some advertising that would work.
Okay. So, I have another question for you before I jump into to Hollywood questions to this guy this guy who says he was MK Ultra, which
Uh,
is sort of beside the point. Voice to skull, validating that. He says that he filed a bunch of, was it assertions or something with the court?
affidavits.
Well, maybe something like that, but it was more or affirmations or some kind of something with the court, basically stating that if his consciousness was hacked and if they're influencing him by putting thoughts in his head and causing him to do stuff, that
Hmm.
he's going to sue every last one of them for doing it because he knows the technology exists. He knows people to whom it's been done. Um, and it's all the usual suspects. And then I guess my question is, based on this statement he made, um, sorry, there's a critter crawling on my light, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you have fun and don't burn yourself up, critter. Weird looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
But
your
the law's not ready for that kind of lawsuit. That's what it is.
okay?
Sorry. Sorry.
Wait. There is no way to validate what he's saying.
Hmm.
All right. You can make the accusation, but you can't validate it. And it's just like, oh, I see people on the internet lately, one of them with a hood and a face covering, and he's been to 20 years and back. And I thought we got rid of all that one.
Are you
And then
talking
they're in
about
the
that
secret space
JP?
program, but there's no secret space program because they moved it to Huntsville, Alabama, and it's no longer a secret. So there you
Okay.
go. And if you don't think Huntsville, Alabama is particularly creepy, you haven't been there. I've been there. Long stories.
Okay. Since you said secret space program, I'll start with the black goo question. So, hey, Randy, hmm, What's the deal with, quote, sentient, unquote, black goo that was supposedly found in a rock during World
Oh
War
my
II?
God. The origin of that story is a variation of Ice Nine. Ice Nine. Not immigration, but ice. ICE, like ice cubes, right? Not like Ice Cube, the guy that's a rap sorry. Ice, like you put in a drink. Ice Nine was a book. It was written about some material that everything it touched, it turned into ice. And they were containing it, and somebody basically dropped it on the floor, and the entire planet froze solid. Okay. So this is a variation on that. And all they did was take that story, and instead of making the ice white, they made the ice black, right?
Okay.
And there was a movie about it in the 60s called The Blob. Okay.
Wait, and then they redid it in the 80s with Adrienne Barbeau, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Remember that one?
then as the blob, we're not referring to any current personality in politics or movies or anything, just to keep people from making any connections that are not necessary. There you go.
Okay. Well, but there's a second part to the question.
Okay, let's hear
So now that we know what black goo is, so supposedly they found this in a rock during World War II, and then the substance was something sought after, and loads of it were found. And then she's got brackets, supposedly in the BP oil spill. And it was an intentional release of this stuff. And then she closes the parenthesis. Videos she's seen, she says she takes them with a grain of salt. Thank God.
it.
Um, show it moves toward organic life like a worm and responds to sound. If this is real, could it have both negative and positive effects in regards to the
Yeah.
frequency emitted to it or from it? I don't
You
to it, she said.
know, this is a shaggy dog story. I think Rollins wrote a book about a drilling rig in the Caribbean or somewhere, and they hit some black rock, and the goo comes out and starts killing everything in the world. I mean, this is a theme that's been hit on a dozen times. Just, if you read a lot, you'll come across it.
Well, and then she asks after that, she says, is it just a man-made creation of graphene oxide?
Nah, graphene oxide can't. It's kind of like AI. It can't do anything. You have to put a lot of energy and information set around it for it to perform anything you want it to do. And the number of people that can do that and the applications and just like it's just another, pardon the language, black hole.
And does
Ooh,
it do anything any 28 days, this black hole, or is it not
oh,
affected?
no, 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 no. We're not cycling back through that part.
You made a funny cycling back through that. Oh, yes. And the nonsense she
So the
continued.
black goo is not going to get you, but the blob might. Okay.
If the zombie might eat you, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
If all else
Well,
fails, just
yeah. And then they
find
had
a
the
zombie.
black goo as the source of the zombie outbreak. I mean, this thing's all over the place, right? Go write a book about it. Anyway.
Wait, maybe Three Eye Atlas is carrying the zombies to Earth
Oh, maybe it's carrying black goo, right?
and zombies,
Yeah. So,
both. Maybe the zombies poop the black goo when they get here, and the people who control these zombies don't curb their zombies because it says curb your dog. It doesn't say anything about zombies on the street. So they just, and then humans, and then bye.
yeah.
Is that a good movie?
We got zombies here. We don't need an influx of zombies. Okay. We
Okay.
already had that. Not to mention any particular political party, but anyway, go on.
Okay, so there's another question.
Yeah.
Is there even such things as a higher self or oversoul? And since we're on the subject, are spirit guides and guardian angels even real, or are they a misconstrued construct? There are people saying they are now getting information from ascended masters. Is it just an tractor field or thought form that people are tapping into if they even are at all tapping into something? That was a long question.
There was a cartoon called Fractured Fairy Tales. Okay. Fractured Fairy Tales should have included episodes on every one of the things you just talked about. Okay. So, are there ascended masters? No. Are there angels? No. Demons? No. I mean, I can't even get into the long list of it because they don't exist for everyone. So they're what we call an isolated aspect of non-reality. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get involved with it. And if you don't believe that, you should start with Alice in Wonderland. Okay? Alice in Wonderland in the first 10 or 20 pages will take you through everything, only they embody it in the form of frogs and mice and caterpillars and magic mushrooms, right?
There's a looking
So,
glass.
so anyway, all that stuff becomes um, disassociation from this reality and association and involvement in a non-reality that is just all made up by you because we don't share the same information set, if that helps explain it. They should call me if they want additional explanation.
Uh-oh.
It makes a good story because everybody gets enamored with it. And there's one guy that sits there and channels one of them and tells you the way the world is, right?
Hmm.
I'm surprised there's not more. Oh, there are.
There
Go on the
are.
internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got rid of that. That was a good one.
Okay. I have more. Uh, and I don't.
Oh, wait.
What?
And just go to Sedona and sojourn with everything that lady just talked about because they're all in Sedona and they will talk to you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's the advice for today's show.
Go to Sedona.
Yeah, go to
Get new
Sedona.
breed girl t-shirt
Yeah.
from the nice British lady.
Yeah. You can get a dirt red t-shirt or red dirt t-shirt or something like that there. Right? Very popular.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. So that's right. The first part of this question I didn't ask, I don't think. I
Okay.
asked you the second part of this question.
What's the first part?
Like I asked you the second part a while back. Was Noah's Ark an AI vault or repository that was found in or under Mount Ararat in Turkey? And the satellite photos of, quote, the boat, unquote, we have been seeing since the 70s is a half-truth, and Noah is an acronym for Neural Oracle for Anthropogenic Harmony.
Okay. Do you really think all those words existed at the time of somebody supposedly named Noah? Okay.
I'm just reading the
Oh,
questions,
concept of
man.
an arc. Okay, let's go into what we call, let's see, we'll call them remnant, let's see, remnant civilizations. Okay. And if you want to know the truth of it as current truth stands, you would read a book called Adam and Eve, and it was written, and the CIA kind of hid it for 40 years, but you can get an abridged copy of it on the internet because I read it. Now, I did meet a gentleman who was an explorer out in New Mexico that had been to Mount Ararat and climbed it illegally and had found things that he claimed were thousands of years old up on that mountain. And if you take the fact that you can find seashells on Mount Everest and you can find them on Mount Taylor and different places in New Mexico and everything. And what's the one in Peru? Anyway, at incredible heights above sea level, we find seashells. So, so the idea that at some point they may have been lower and covered with ocean, and at some point, if they gave rise to the mountains, then maybe somebody got trapped in a boat. And it would be sheer fantasy to think that you were able to collect every freaking species on the planet and decide in your infinite wisdom to save them because in all the survival prepper material, they tell you you can't save everyone, right? But out of it, we could develop a salvation theology because that's where it originated. Moses saved the animals, right? Who did he leave behind? The people. Why? Because the
People
an
suck.
the
Sorry.
animals were better. Animals were better people. There you go. Fractured fairy tales. People love them. Almost as much as Journal Hospital, which has been on the air for 55 years, as far as I know. But anyway, go on.
I just went and got this and I was looking at the top because I have my glasses on. I could see the fine print. $3.95 is what they were charging for this.
What is it? Oh, yeah. That's a good book.
It is a good book.
Yeah. Yeah, before there were what's the they call them mind twisters, I think was the uh, uh kind of like little puzzles they gave you, but the Chinese kind of invented that with the Tao Te Ching. So,
Yeah.
mind puzzles. I had a hell of a time with it when I was about 14 or 15.
Well,
And
the
then
idea that a 14,
later I went back and I thought it was just pretty funny.
that's you sound like my eldest child who was reading Nietzsche when he was 14.
That's a
Going
smart
in
boy.
ninth grade. Yeah. Going
Just
in
remember,
ninth grade. And then some
yeah,
other insane book that was 800 pages long, but it was brain heavy.
yeah,
I mean, it was just so odd for somebody. I mean, this is what I say all the time. That child, this is why my mom understood him at a level I don't. I'm not the academic.
right.
Highly intuitive, not academic.
Hmm.
It's okay.
Just remember Nietzsche ended up in an insane asylum
Well, I think they both
because it's
also
where you'll
enjoyed,
end up with thinking too much.
well, Albert Camus, that was the other one that they both read.
Yeah,
A lot
famous.
of
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Einstein's essays, my dad read those. I have a bunch of books that were my dad's that my mom saved, a certain few.
yeah.
Um,
When I was more of an egalitarian when I was younger and knew everything, always said anybody who hadn't read the Prolegomena to any future metaphysics by Kant wasn't worth talking to. Read it.
yeah, well, now,
And I invite the question to, or present the question to Trump and Putin and Rocket Man and a few others in the world, have they ever read Prolegomena to any future metaphysics? Because you could probably have a nice conversation over that.
When you say Rocket Man,
Yeah.
there are two people who come to mind.
Oh, um,
Okay, all right, no. Then
I wonder if Elon has read that book. I really do. Maybe somebody could ask him.
thank you. I
I doubt that it's available in Korean. I'll put it that way.
okay. Well,
That would
no.
be very surprising.
Yeah. I highly doubt that it's available in Korean either. Well, so is there anything in the news that's particularly disturbing this week or supposed to be particularly disturbing that we could pin in?
Um, uh, Mainly, it's wasn't there a band called Twisted Sister?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To me, somebody latched on to twisted thinking, and what that means is that if you go to thinking about any of these things, you end up like tied in a knot. Like there's no resolution, there's no answer. So people can latch onto it because it's kind of like circular logic. It's what I said earlier. This three AI thing will disappear. You know, uh, Putin will disappear. Trump will disappear. You, me, everybody will disappear at some
He did,
point.
he
Right?
disappeared.
Yeah, and then you know, at some point, maybe they'll make a movie about the White House impeachment trial of a certain president and his favorite bimbo.
Really? Really?
Only we're not supposed to use language like that.
What, bimbo or president?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Don't say president.
I learned it legally. It was a song, Bimbo, do you want to dance? Bimbo, do you want to take a chance? Right? See, it's just like rock and roll history right there.
Wow. Just wow.
Anyway,
So what else is going on
yeah.
over
So that
there?
there's just all these little pockets of twisted sister thinking.
Pockets of
Okay.
strangeness being
Yeah.
sprinkled
P-
on anybody.
PSTs, we'll call them. Come on, you got another question? We're on a
I
roll here.
Are we on a roll?
Yeah, I like these.
I think there might be another one on Facebook. Do you want me to go fish?
Oh, sure. Go fish on something.
Go fish. Go make some salmon. No, don't do it. Okay, let's switch account. Let's see if la la la. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew pew. Okay, we got the thing about grounding. There's somebody in Australia who loves us.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna
have
love.
lots of clients in Australia and England, Australia being the stepchild of England.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, well, this is just dead time. I'm gonna have to like play music under that.
breadcrumbs?
I'm gonna have to play music because I'm just, tra la la over here.
Remember, we need a theme song,
We do. Okay, well,
just like the prez, right? Needs a theme song. How are you going to know it's him?
hmm.
I wonder what Elon theme song. Oh, I got it. Wasn't it Eric Bird and the Animals? Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Da-da-dum, da-da-dum,
Yeah.
da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. All right. Uh-oh. Grok 4. That's, that's old, but yeah. No, I'm I'm out of questions. How's
How
that?
about how about Trump's theme song? You don't always get what you want by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, but you do get what you need.
Yeah, there you
You,
go.
you get what you attract. You get the level of what you put out comes back overall. I do think that. I think there's definitely some reciprocity in what goes on between your ears and what happens all around you,
Yeah, I
for
like it.
sure. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, I,
Yeah, we
I
resolved all that.
we
I'll
did
sleep
resolve
better
all.
tonight.
I will too. If somebody, what's the best way? I have another question. Let's end this with a question that might help somebody, maybe.
All right.
Well, yeah, I play with the smoke and all this stuff, and once, you know, you reduce it to soft gaze, like it's just so easy. You see it right away. It doesn't have to be, right? So how would one practice extending their energy fields across the street? And I know you got to start small, but you know,
The concept is a chi ball
mm-hmm.
or a gi ball, Qichi, and it's this and this, not this, right?
Yeah.
So you have the concept of chi ball. Then you have the idea that you could engage in breathing practices that would allow you to find density in that. Okay.
Hmm.
Not just find it, but actually to find density in it. And then once you find density, and there's a whole set of exercises we used to do that you would eventually be able to emit it or throw it at somebody or something. Okay. So it's a series of practices. And of course, they stole part of that from the Star Wars movies, and they called it the Force. All right. And they'd be able to do this and cause an effect across the room or in a person or place. Now, I actually did that. And the crazy part was, I was given a lecture and somebody said, "Well, can you do that?" And I go, "Yeah, watch this." And I flipped the light switch, which was on the wall about 30 feet away, and the lights went out. So I did that. I had it on film, except the lady that was filming it forgot to put film in the camera. So, so there was a demonstration. There were about 30 or 40 people could validate that, but there's no film on it. So now I'm reduced to telling you about how I'm in the secret space program and I went out 20 years and had alien sex, although I'm not supposed to talk about that. So,
Wow.
right.
Yeah, well, I'll never tell.
Yeah. So did that answer about yes, you can. You're dealing with the etheric field to begin with. Then you're dealing with what we call the plasma body. And both of those are areas of development. There's exercise for it. I teach them. It's just that most people don't want to take the time to practice them. They're part of your martial arts training. To be able to affect somebody or something at a distance. In other words, everybody can do all the kung fu stuff, but to be able to affect things at a distance now, that's a trick. And that takes several years of training as a rule. And number two, you'd have to find somebody to actually teach you. And right now, I'm one of the only ones I know that could possibly teach it because I was taught it. So
There's
I
a
don't
woman
know
named
other people.
Caroline Corey, and she does things like she'll put a piece of foil on a pin,
Hmm.
put the
Then you make
pin.
it spin. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. There's We used to do all kinds of tricks like that, right? Because once you get your hands around like a pinwheel, you put it on top, and and you can make it spin. You can change the rotation. And then they put them in a bell jar to where
There's no wind, right?
you weren't doing it by your breath or whatever trick the musicians are trying. And then of course the big trick is do it from across the room. That's the idea. Now you're getting somewhere. Okay.
Right. Can you imagine what the world would be like if they started teaching this? And this is pretty well rudimentary energy work, guys.
Well,
I feel like if they started teaching this to kindergarten children whose
yeah,
energy fields were already expanded,
yeah, yeah.
toddlers,
Well,
if you had to, if it mandatory to teach your toddlers how to go potty and how to do that.
yeah.
So that, you know,
And there's a scene in Star Wars where they're teaching the children that. Um, the thing I like about it is most people have never thought about actually trying it. Okay. Most people have never thought about dedicating a certain amount of time to develop it. And then to expand that and to be able to make it useful. Okay. So there's a progression. So, but yes, I think people should learn it. I'm doing a set of interviews right now for another book I'm writing. And it's one of my students, old students, and um, he asked me, it's about kung fu training, martial arts training, assassin training, whatever you want to call it. But he said, well, what's the book about? And I go, well, it's about martial arts and magic. Because as you develop in the martial arts, the path leads to magic. It's like the what we call the kujikiri in Japanese martial arts. Nine hands cutting is a form of magic. And it's the same thing as what you're talking about, where you develop at the etheric field and then the ball and all that stuff. Because when you get into magic, now you're actually utilizing mind in the same way you would use your body to accomplish things. So, and of course, that's not taught. Magic is verboten in our schools. Okay. And the original term was thaumaturgy, I believe is proper term for it. So there.
well, when I um start my new state, like you told me last week,
Hmm.
we're going to have the Church of Zilla and we're going to teach that. It's going to be
Yeah.
mandatory learning if you want to be part of that. And it's not a cult. It's just,
Yeah.
if we're, if, but see, here it is. Look, I live in a big city, you
Yeah.
know. How much electric, okay, if I'm electric, I've got electric currents running through me.
Yeah.
How much interference in my natural electric current is happening right now with all of the buildings around me, all the lights that are on all night, the light pollution, the noise pollution,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi pollution. I mean, this is why
Yeah.
that's
Tough enough.
probably more.
Magic, the study of magic and the way I'm talking about is the way you fight back. It's the way you protect yourself. It's the wave of the future. It's been hidden for hundreds of years. They would, 95 or 6, 7% of the women that were killed, 3 million of them during the Inquisition were women because they were witches, right? And then the implication back then is since you didn't have traditional medicine, because all medicine was traditional at that time, the idea and the work of healing people would automatically migrate into these type of practices, right? Why wouldn't you be able to heal somebody by, you know, patting them on the back, you know? Hello. So in Washington, excuse me, in New York City, can you imagine if you took a bunch of posters and put around and put children 5 to 10 years old, you can learn magic and see how many signed up and see when they come to get you for practicing witchcraft, right?
Well, here you go. What's the difference between that and being plucked out at 13 by the CIA? Because
Ah, been there, done that. Been
yeah,
there, done that.
right. So it's the same thing, except it's not the CIA doing it. It's some private organization who's trying to help humanity understand itself
Yeah.
before it all
Well,
goes too far.
the nice thing about this, I have taught some 8-year-olds basic techniques and in the form of healing practices. And one of them, her mother didn't want her to learn it because it was against her religion, even though she was helping her grandmother get over some illnesses she had. And the other one, basically the same routine. They didn't want their child to be special, is what the second one told me. And she had developed up these abilities to basically take away pain and heal people. That's what I was teaching. And both of them turned away from it because they didn't want their children to be special. How's that? And
Well,
stand out.
what's really crazy is, again, the government knows all about how to be special and has weaponized it against the population. So
Of
how's that?
course.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is so beyond ironic.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll teach magic for everyone. How's that?
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, it's the only way. Look, they say you gotta fight fire with fire, so you gotta fight magic, Wi-Fi, 5G, 6G,
Yeah, that's
with
yeah, that's electronic magic. Why not do etheric magic? Why not do plasma magic?
well,
Woohoo.
plasma magic is probably more appropriate at this point because I feel like etheric magic and plasma magic are ramping it up to something that would actually be effective in offsetting whatever else is going on.
Yeah. And there's a movie called, let's see, what is it? Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. And at the very end, at the credits have gone by, they're interviewing one of the Chinese gentlemen, and they say, "How did it start?" And he goes and puts his hand up like that, and you see lightning energy bolts going back and forth between his hands. And he goes, "It always starts with something simple." And that's exactly how you teach it. You give simple things so that people can learn this. Okay.
Trying to wrap our
Develop
little
an
mind.
energy field. Be somebody. Be something. Right?
Even when I was doing my Monday Night Live things, which I it was too much. I wanted to focus on doing this.
Yeah.
But even then, when I was doing those things, I would always tell people to look and
Oh, yeah. That's how you start. Yeah. Yeah.
start simple. The little kid
Start here.
downstairs, I
Not here.
showed him how to do it. He says that I asked the mom, I said, so does he still do that? She says, oh yes, he's obsessed with that. And he's
Oh,
so obsessed with catching centipedes. They come up out of the drain. So every morning he's obsessed with checking the drain for centipedes so that he can take them and put them in his little buggy habit trail and with looking at his energy. And I thought, oh wow, good, I think.
this is the first step. I can tell stories about how I progressed through that. But on centipede magic, I have been stung in the center of my chest at Ren 19 by a foot-long centipede when I was 8 years old. I was
That's
sleeping on the ground in a little national park. We slept on the ground. They didn't take me to the hospital or anything. I think that was the first time I died, right? Seriously. And then, like, you wake up next morning, that's it. No hospital, no treatments, nothing, right? They had a much more egalitarian view of childhood back then.
sounds very Spartan.
Yeah. So
They come and check and
I,
make sure
I've
you were
been
breathing in
I've
the
been
morning.
imbued with centipede magic. How's that? Or
Okay.
poison. Same thing, right?
Yeah. Well, and I guess I've got a lot of spider and mosquito magic. I don't know what that
Oh
is.
yeah, that's a good one too.
Spider magic.
Yeah, venom. Hmm. Right.
All right.
And if you don't get it through spiders and snakes and things like that, you can get them through a vaccine, maybe, or maybe they can make something available for the human population that would include that, right? So that everybody have the benefit of it. Okay, I think we'll let them go with that one.
I don't know that anybody's going to actually like that one at all.
Oh, well, it's just
That's
conjecture
okay.
at this point. Yeah. So,
Yeah, who knows? See if we get shadow banned or if we get a
oh,
strike.
yeah. Oh, this is strictly for entertainment
That's
purposes. How's
right.
that?
That's
Yeah.
right. It's not medical advice. It's for
And they're
entertainment
going to
purposes.
shadow ban us from our 16 viewers. Is that the idea?
Right, our 38 subscribers. But
Huh?
thank you all for subscribing. Actually, you know what? Seriously, we never do this. Thank you for asking questions and thank
Yeah.
you for subscribing. Thank
Yeah.
you for liking the videos. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing them on Facebook. Those of you who do that, we really
Yeah.
do appreciate you and hope that
Yeah.
this is at least a a little stress relief, comic relief, decompression for you guys every week to
Yeah.
hear us.
And always take my prophetic advice. Turn away from the Looney Tunes. You are in danger of becoming one the more you watch all that stuff. Okay?
If you watch it a lot, then you become Hello Zombie.
Yeah.
Never good. It's not a good look. You don't want
So, so Salvation for Looney Tunes, it's available right here. Okay?
okay. Pray to Zilla. Behave
Yeah.
yourselves. See you next week.
Requiem for Spock. Bye.